And following yesterday's drama, guys, between Activision, 100 Thieves, and now Nadeshot being involved, Nadeshot has now responded, also apologized for the instance, stating it's not near as big a deal as people have made it out to be. In case you guys did miss that, we broke it down here yesterday, that being 100 Thieves announcing that unfortunately their upcoming charity Warzone event would be postponed to a different game at a different time. It was actually set to be a grand total of $100,000 given to charitable causes across 4 weeks, those 4 events happening once per week on a Thursday. Now, he does make sure to re-encourage all of us, guys. It will be coming eventually down the line, and it will be sponsored by Cash App as well. And with that being said, it will be, though, not with Warzone, but a different game. And then, unfortunately, it was actually revealed that further information for 100 Thieves and their side of things brought to us by Slasher. Now, other people talking about this as well. When it came time for the announcing of the details of the event a while back and the event itself, they did not have permission to do so. Yes, when you run these kind of events, you do need permission from Activision. 100 Thieves did not have that, and they still announced the event. It was also, of course, not talked about the fact of the reason as to why it was denied by Activision, that supposedly being the sponsor of Cash App. Here's what Nadeshot had to say, and then we'll break it down further for all of you guys.
All right, guys. Hey, let's talk about Call of Duty. Let's talk about Activision. Let's talk about 100 Thieves. Let's talk about this tournament real quickly because I think everything that's happened this morning has been blown out of proportion. I'm going to keep this short as possible, and this is the last time I'm going to talk about it because I really believe that this is not as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. So you guys know, I love Call of Duty. It's how I made my career. It's how I made my living. I play Warzone 6-7 hours a day. At the start of quarantine, I love Warzone. It's fantastic. And I love competing. And I played into a number of tournaments. I played in Keemstar's Warzone Wednesdays. I played in Go Boom tournaments. I played in the Royal Ravens tournament. I just love playing tournaments on this game. And I know that other streamers do. And I know that we're always looking for more tournaments to play in. Competing is just a different environment than just playing the game regularly. So I have a ton of resources here at 100 Thieves. I said, let's throw our own tournament. So we found a day that nobody else was throwing tournaments on, throughout the last couple weeks, and it was Thursday. And so we got everything set up, and we went to go to our partnerships team for them to find money for the prize money. They go to Cash App. Cash App says, hey, we got a better idea. We're going to throw out money, but we're going to do it for charity. We're going to do it for social justice. We're going to do it for Black Lives Matter, and we're going to raise money for a good cause. I said, even better. This is great. Let's do it. And so we make an announcement for this tournament, and Activision reaches out to us like, hey, whoa. You can't run tournaments on our game without you talking to us first and without getting permission. We're like, okay, so what do we need to do to run this tournament? They say, you guys can't run this tournament with Cash App. You can't run this tournament with sponsors, and monetizing the tournament that you're running. Well, first and foremost, I just want to clear this up and make it undoubtedly clear. We weren't making money from this tournament. We might have gotten more exposure from other streamers that are bigger than me playing in the tournament, but we weren't making money from this tournament. We weren't monetizing it like we normally do with our sponsorships and the content that we create. This was just solely $100,000 was going to go to charity. That was it. And so they asked us to remove the sponsors, and we couldn't. Like, Cash App was putting up the money for charity. And so ultimately they said, you're not running this tournament. We said, okay, we'll go do it with another game. We'll go do it with another publisher. This is fine. So we go on social media because people have been asking, well, the tournament's tomorrow. Are you going to announce teams? What's happening? We say, hey guys, Activision denied our request and the tournament is no longer happening. That was it. I just want that to be clear. That was all we were trying to convey on social media. I promise you guys that we will figure out another game to do this with another publisher, and it's going to be just fine. I respect Activision's position. I understand that they want us to remove the sponsors. I understand that they might not want other organizations just freely running tournaments without them giving clearance or permission. I understand Activision's permission. I don't think this was Activision slighting social justice and Black Lives Matter. This is not what this was supposed to be. I apologize for any inconvenience or drama this has caused. I promise you, and I hope you guys know by now, that this was not my intention. It's a lot of miscommunication, and we'll get better, and we'll clarify in the future, and we'll make sure this goes smoothly. And we're going to make sure this $100,000 that Cash App so graciously provided for this tournament ends up in a different tournament, on a different game, different publisher, and in the right hands, social justice and Black Lives Matter. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope this makes sense, and I'll talk to you guys later.
So I would say, in my opinion, always open to your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below, that both sides are at least partially at fault. I would say, personally, in my opinion, 100 Thieves a bit more so, just from the fact, my problem with them being they announced the details for an event, to hold an event without having permission to do so, and probably knowing they needed that permission. They've also, yes, to some people out there saying this, 100 Thieves have hosted Warzone events in the past, sponsored by Cash App, but you need permission on probably a case-by-case basis. I don't think they probably assumed this was okay, but I don't know those background details. To actually announce details for an event without having permission to do so, that's probably not the right move. Now, my problem, and again, the flip side of the coin when it comes time for Activision, without their response, we cannot know their insights or their motivations for denying that request, the 200 Thieves to use their game for a charitable project, but it does make you curious as to why they would actually deny the request to use their game for a charity tournament just because a sponsor is providing that $100,000. Now, it might be, though, because Cash App could be profiting off this. Yes, they're putting up a lot of money to go to charitable acts, but because it's based around the Black Lives Matter, very important movements, very important protests going on right now, it might be a bit of a hairy topic to use their game for some sponsor to actually make money off of those same movements and protests and causes that, of course, the tournament would be trying to attest for, right? Racial equality. I understand that Activision can see this as a bit of a hairy side of things when all of a sudden sponsors want to enter and potentially make money off of those kind of things. And I hope you guys understand that as well. Or maybe Cash App is a conflict with the current Activision, or maybe tied to Call of Duty sponsors. Without Activision's response, we don't know their side of things. Certainly there are two sides to the argument. I would say, in my opinion, I do not like the way 100 Thieves went about this from the very start. And once they announced that tournament without having permission to do so, it was ever impending before they were going to have to say, hey, we actually can't hold this because we were never allowed to. And the reasons behind that apparently due to a conflict of the sponsor, that being Cash App. That is all the details we know for now, guys. And yeah, and maybe this is probably a bit of a bigger deal than what it actually is. And hopefully both Activision, 100 Thieves, as well as Nadeshot can move on from this, because it is a great game of Warzone. And whether or not it's for charitable causes, the events are also very fun to watch. And we will see this charity tournament still put on. It just won't be in Warzone. It will be for a completely separate title instead. What do you guys think about this? Until next time, you know what to do. Guys, this is new territory for me, right? You know, I've only been doing this for a short period of time. I've never really broken down stories like this. So as you guys learn, I too am also learning how to handle these kind of stories, because it can be very difficult to see all the angles inside. So thank you guys for all understanding that, hopefully so. Until next time, take care of yourselves, all right? Drink that water, drink that coffee. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.